When the lights hit the stage and the cameras flicker, all eyes turn to one man, Gervonta "Tank" Davis. The crowd roars as he steps into the spotlight, his physique more powerful and defined than ever. Every movement in his training tells a story of reinvention, a man sculpted not just by muscle, but by purpose. His upcoming exhibition fight with Jake Paul has stirred the world of boxing into a frenzy. Some call it a mismatch, others call it a payday, but for Tank it's another battlefield to prove what power, grit, and discipline truly look like. Watching him hit the pads is like witnessing controlled chaos. Every blow to the body echoes with menace, precision, and intent. Each punch, whether aimed high or low, finds its way to the core of the body, the heart, the lungs, the will of his opponent. That's where Tank thrives. He's not just fighting Jake Paul, he's dissecting him, body shot by body shot, aiming to wear him down until that explosive finish everyone knows he's capable of. Experts have already noticed something different about this version of Davis. They predict he'll weigh in close to 60 pounds on fight night, a bulked up, explosive version of the lightweight phenom we've come to know. Analysts describe this strategy as calculated destruction. Jake Paul might have the height and the reach, but Tank's compact power and unrelenting focus on the body make him lethal in close quarters. He's the smaller man, yes, but only in stature. Inside the ring, Davis is built like a cannonball, his punches carrying the weight of thunder. The plan seems simple yet surgical. Crush the ribs, drain the gas tank, and let Jake's arms fall by the later rounds, when fatigue becomes his real opponent. Former world champion Shawn Porter couldn't help but praise the intensity Tank brings into the ring. He called him a dog, a word that in boxing means far more than aggression. It means hunger, instinct, and refusal to quit. Porter admired the way Davis adapts mid-fight, how he studies opponents in real time and strikes with intelligence, not recklessness. That blend of brain and brawl separates him from most fighters of his generation. While others rely on size or pure power, Tank Davis thrives on rhythm and precision, exploiting every weakness until his rival is left gasping for air. He's not just a knockout artist, and he's a tactician who happens to carry dynamite in both hands. Commentator. Showbiz recently silenced one of the biggest misconceptions about Tank, his supposed small size. Many picture him as a lightweight in the truest sense, but that couldn't be further from reality. Davis walks around at 160 pounds, a powerhouse disguised in a smaller frame. His strength-to-weight ratio is absurd, his body dense with muscle that generates shocking knockout power. He's been filmed weighing over 150 even when cutting for lower divisions, yet still maintains agility and sharpness that bigger fighters often lose. It's why even in exhibitions, even when the odds of size lean against him, he's dangerous. Because his power doesn't just come from muscle, it comes from mastery. Behind closed doors, Davis's camp has been a furnace of discipline. Trainers describe his sessions as relentless. He's been sparring with heavier opponents, pushing his endurance and timing beyond comfort. Each punch he throws isn't just for power, it's for precision under pressure. Watching him move is like seeing a storm find rhythm, chaos but beautifully controlled. His focus is unmatched, his body tuned to absorb punishment and deliver double in return. This isn't the Gervonta Davis of 2 years ago. This is a fighter who's embraced pain, silence, and solitude to build something more dangerous: patience. But even as he prepares for Jake Paul, controversy shadows his every move. Boxing legend Claressa Shields didn't hold back when she questioned Tank's talk of retirement. She said a real champion doesn't walk away before clearing his path, before facing names like Shakur Stevenson, Teofimo Lopez, and Devin Haney. Critics agreed that Tank's talk of stepping back could hurt his legacy. Yet others defended him. Behind the gloves and belts is a man who's lived through storms the public can't see: mental exhaustion, personal loss, and relentless public scrutiny. Leonard Ellerby, his longtime advisor, revealed that at one point Tank simply couldn't get motivated for a fight with Lamont Roach. It wasn't fear, he said. It was emptiness. The grind, the fame, the expectations, they had drained him. And when you've climbed from nothing, sometimes the weight of success can hit harder than any punch. Tank's journey began in the roughest corners of Baltimore, a city that shaped both his fists and his heart. He fought not for fame, but for survival. He once said he didn't step into boxing to be a champion. He did it to escape. Escape the violence, the poverty, the endless cycle of struggle that consumed his youth. Boxing wasn't a sport for him. It was salvation. And that truth adds a raw edge to his story. Even now, with millions in the bank and the world watching, that hunger hasn't vanished. He's still fighting ghosts from his past. Every bout, every opponent. Every round is another chance to stay one step ahead of the life that once tried to swallow him whole. The Jake Paul fight for many feels like a spectacle. Critics like Daniel Cormier see it as a clash of worlds that shouldn't exist. A social media giant stepping into the ring with one of boxing's deadliest technicians. The weight difference is massive, the skill gap undeniable, and yet it's happening. Some see it as entertainment. Others see it as exploitation of the sport's tradition. Cormier warned that matches like this could erode boxing's integrity, making it more about views than victories. Still, the business of boxing has changed. Fame and fighting now share the same ring, and Tank is navigating that blurred line like a pro. Dana White, always brutally honest, admitted that he's not excited for the fight. Not because he doubts Tank, but because he knows what this matchup represents. Yet even White acknowledged something undeniable. This fight could catapult Davis's stardom beyond the boxing world. Jake Paul's audience reaches millions who have never watched a professional fight. For Tank, that exposure could mean more than any title belt. It could transform him into a household name, a cultural force. Whether you love or hate the setup, one thing is clear: the world will be watching. As the fight approaches, anticipation burns hotter than ever. The image of Tank, gloves up, eyes locked, body coiled like a spring, has become symbolic of a man at the crossroads of legacy and fame. Will he cement his name among boxing's greats or pivot toward a new chapter as a global entertainer? No one knows for sure. But if history has taught us anything, it's that Gervonta Davis doesn't fold under lights. He thrives under them. And so, as the crowd prepares to rise and the bell rings, one question remains. Will this be just another exhibition? Or the night Gervonta "Tank" Davis reminds the world that true fighters aren't measured by size or hype, but by the fire that drives them forward? What do you think? Is Tank's fight with Jake Paul the start of a new era in boxing, or the beginning of its downfall? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to like the video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss what happens next in this wild saga of boxing's biggest personalities.